Jamaica has always been a beautiful island with the Blue Mountains and the Ocho Rios and the falls and the whole wonderful set of people. But I just want to look at the violence and the drug problems. How Jamaica has come to this. In fact, in the 60s, when I was growing up, there was a song we used to sing. It went this way. Oh massa give me 1 shilling, ganja money. Oh massa give me 1 farthing, ganja money. Ganja money, yeah, ganja money, yo. Give me 1 shilling, ganja money. So it was a moral issue in that the ganja man was looked as a evil criminal, and while decent citizens who might be poor and need some money, they asked the guy who seemed to have money, say, please give me a quarter or give me a dime or whatever. And he says, you know, this money is ganja money. So in other words, you don't like the ganja man, you don't like the criminals, but you need the money. I think this was what was happening, and like everywhere in the world in the 60s, still you had conscience and morality, etc. But now with coke and other things, it has grown and gotten its own life. And then the violence. I think Trinidad is not as violent as Jamaica. Jamaica seems to be the most violent state in the British Caribbean, and I'm just trying to figure out why. And I think Jamaica has a different experience from all the others, and perhaps this might be a reason why things could be the way it is. You see, in the 18th or 19th century, some slaves had arrived from Africa in Jamaica, and they real quick they want to go to the program, so they run up into the hills, and they never were a part of the slave trade. They stayed free right through. I think they call them the Maroons, if I remember West Indian history correct. And so they were not under the British influence, so their education was shot, and the whole everything that Britain offered the Caribbean, this enclave of people missed out on it. I'm telling you that. I mean, my people came from Africa, but I'm too glad I was born in the Caribbean. I mean, I grew up poor, but there's still opportunity. I mean, it wasn't as abject poverty like in Africa. I had running water, you know, the whole 9 yards. The British kind of European thing. And so these folks who were not sort of acculturated in the British way or the European way, with the education, the religion, and the other things, they seem to have come off, and with the baggage and the whole anger against, you know, the blacks who shipped them out here to the whites, through the whites and so on. So it seems to me that that sentiment and that aspect continued right through in Jamaica. And the violence and so forth, it seems to come from folks who might have descended from the Maroons, and then perhaps, you know, think violence take on life, and then some people must sort of ascribe to the philosophy, the drugs and the violence and whatever and so forth. And so I'm just wondering if this is the reason why Jamaica is that violent, because during election times, although it's democracy, democratic and so forth, you find a lot of people die. Sometimes 50 people will die, and you could die if you belong to one party and you go into the next party's territory, you could be killed. And each party has a different color, and so just like the Crips and the Bloods in LA, Los Angeles, if the Crips go into the Bloods area and demonstrating the colors, you shut up. Same thing in Jamaica. And so I'm just trying to figure out, maybe somebody in Jamaica will help me understand why this narco, you know, sort of thing has mushroomed and sort of engulfed the place, and why violence is so persistent and so unnecessary, etc. That's my spin on it. I don't know.